Right, well, it's a new day, so I took the saddle off. The lubrication wasn't coming through from the apron very well. I've taken little dowels, used my pencil sharpener, plugged up the holes, checked that the lubrication line, which is this little tube here, was clear all the way. It's a little copper pipe, little soldered attachments coming in for the top slide, which is here and here. They'd been filled with solder, so well, I had to clean those out, drill those out there, and drill this one out here, so now lubrication can get to the top slide. But I don't reckon the pump's going to have enough meat to pump oil all the way around there. So what I'm going to do, this line here comes up, feeds this little orifice here, but it was originally drilled through from the back side of the saddle so they could get the pipe in. And they've plugged that with something hard, probably a tapered plug, I hope. So I'm going to drill that out, pull it out, tap it, then I can put a lubrication system and I can squirt oil in from the wrong end, as it were. Okay, good luck, Mark. Okay, so I've probably drilled through about that much, and when I'd gone through, oh happy days, I found the passage. So what I'm going to probably do is tap this, fit a barb, maybe a bigger barb than that, and then at least I can squirt oil through from the back side. At least I know oil's getting to where it wants to be. Got a couple of options. It is the back side of the apron. It will get in the way of the of a DRO, but at the minute I'd rather have my lathe properly lubricated. Someone's, you know, redone the whole base of this in some resilient material, like turkite or something, and that it just means that it shouldn't have had a problem. Well, it has, so I want to make sure it doesn't get a further problem. Quick pressure test. I'm just airing at the bottom. Blowing out at the top. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to tap that and put that little barb in. So got a magnetic drill guide there, but first let's drill it, tap it. That is quite handy, that. It's drilled for M6 threading as well. Right, here we go. So I don't go blasting through with my tapping drill, just rolling the right number of M-fine nuts. Make sure I don't go too deep. I'm going to run the plug tap in, so I'm just going to take it backwards a bit. There it is. Feel the thread and then thread on in. Right, here we go. So we've run the thread in there now, just blow it out. Make sure no grit's got down there. And we'll fit the barb and put the whole thing back together. Barb installed, and then you can fit a bit of tubing on. Alrighty, so syringe, tube, barb, squirt. I'm just going to fill the system. Yep, so take 2, fill the system. I had a plug missing, didn't I? Duh. There it goes. So I know it goes all the way through. I can see oil coming out of everything. Fabulous. Right. Now I'm going to put the saddle back on the apron, reseal it. I don't think the little pump was enough to take it round, and I'm going to do the felt wipers next. Delicate stage here now. We've got the saddle just chocked up above the apron, gasket, instant gasket squirted out. I've got to get this whole thing to come down vertically. Okay, so the 2 chocks on the front come off the V-way. And I'll take the 2 chocks out the back, then we'll pick up some threads. In fact, I might pick up some threads now. Feels good, because when I pick out those chocks at the back, I don't want it to move. That hole there is the carriage lock, and don't forget to take that out when you're lifting the saddle off, otherwise you'll get jammed. Oh, that feels great. Get in. Right, let's get those back chocks out. I do not want to move the slide backwards and forwards. I don't want oil pumping around it. I want the gasket to set. I'll put the apron rollers back on. No, the saddle rollers. Sorry, I'll put the saddle rollers back on, and then I'll do the felts. But I'm not going to move it now. Tighten it up, leave it. We're getting the felts in now. Fantastic. I've had to take a bit of a nick out of the front felts. They didn't have this quite the correct anatomy. Didn't take much, especially with my my wife's good upholstery scissors. We'll put the lower felts on first, but before we do that, we just put my finger under here so I can feel as the carriage moves that that's rotating, it's not binding, it's working properly, and you can, well, I can see it's moving, so that's good. You can adjust the tension on these by rotating them on a slight cam, and they should all be nice and tight, but not so tight that they're jamming the thing. It's just gripping it down, apart from the massive weight of it. Oh, I had to cheat a bit there. I had to loosen the top down to get that lower one in, and then tighten it up. Tighten the felt holder right up, and then snug it from the top again. So bottom felt in, do the top one, then go around the lot of them. Okay, there you go. Top one on. I had to pack that in as I tightened down those cap heads, because the felt just wants to get stuck between the two. So it's a bit of a chew, a bit of a fiddle on this one. Probably easier on these. It's just, that's a more awkward shape, you know, with these V rails. Well, I've got the front left and right on, but it's a bit of a chew. So what I'm going to do to put the back left and right, I'm going to drop all the carriage roller guides, so that essentially the saddle's a bit loose. That went better. So 1.5 turns off the rolls at the front, about 3 turns off on the back, chocked it up, and that just lifts the saddle just that much. Makes a difference. Oh. So now I'm going to nip up the rollers tight again. So before I move the carriage, I'm just going to squirt a bit of oil through. Yeah, so today of course I got stuck putting the carriage lock on. So it's a hand underneath with a screwdriver, pushing up the jam nut, catch it. But it's a two-handed job, obviously. Right, we made it to the end of the day. It's a half day if you just want to do the wipers. If you want to take the saddle off, it's going to be a full day. Cross feeds are going real nice. We've got the driving forward. Coming back at you. Driving reverse. Coolio Julio. I'll take it this way. I've turned the feed speed up. So this isn't the threading, this is feed. But it's back to how it should be. Okay, so reality check. Half a day for the wipers. Half a day to take your saddle off, put it all back on. There you go. Feed that way. Forward motor. Safety's a good idea, isn't it? Alright, so everything's working. I'm running it a few times. Happy days. Shed Guy says thanks. Bye bye.